Good morning, everybody. It's Becca here, and I just want to share kind of as Oprah would call it, an aha moment that I'm finding on this reset. I'm on day 5 actually now, but back on day 3, which was our first Friday night, I had a moment where it made me really kind of wake up and realize how many times we celebrate events in our life with food. Friday nights in our family is typically pizza and movie night. We go, we rent some movies, or we get some movies, off the pay-per-view, and we order pizza in, and we kind of all sit around and kind of talk about our week and kind of decompress, if you will, on Friday nights. And so when we didn't have that this week, because my husband and I are on the reset, as you all know, and we had nori rolls, which I'll be honest with you, was not one of my favorite recipes. That was the first time I'd had seaweed. And so it was smoked tempeh, rice, vegetables, all wrapped up in nori rolls, and then you cut it, or nori seaweed, and then you cut it to make the rolls. And we had that with miso soup and a cucumber salad. And while it was a good meal, don't get me wrong, it was. It's not one of my favorites, probably not something I'll eat a lot of in the future. It wasn't kind of satisfying to us, and as I really kind of sat there and thought about it a little bit, it made me realize that I think it's because we're so used to celebrating or having pizza on Friday nights, that having something different was kind of weird. And then also it was very clean and healthy, which was great, but it was also kind of a weird experience. My body's going through all of these changes, and it's so funny because when you read the literature that comes with the reset, it's going to tell you that you're going to have your mind's going to clear, and you're going to start thinking about things. And this was one of the things that is making me think about in our life, how many times we celebrate things, big or small, with food. And so, like, for instance, celebrating Friday night, with pizza. Maybe it's, obviously big family dinners on Sundays, or, obviously there's some things, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, that you're going to have a lot of food at, graduations from high school, colleges, you're going to go out to dinner, somebody gets a promotion at work, you're going to go out to lunch and celebrate, you're going to go out to dinner and celebrate. There's everything from, my kid did really good in school today, and so we're going to celebrate with an ice cream cone. Anyway, so just think about those types of things that maybe you do in your life, and ask yourself, are there other ways that we could be celebrating those events in our life that don't always revolve around food? I'm not saying to cut it out completely. Please don't think that I am, because our family loves food, and we love a good meal, and we love to get together and socialize and have a wonderful meal together. So don't cut those out. I'm not saying to cut it out, but start thinking about how often you do it. And if you are celebrating even little things with food, start trying to think of other ways in which you can celebrate. Maybe there's something that you could take that money and buy that you would enjoy longer than that small thrill that you get from the food. This reset is really kind of waking me up a little bit, and it's good, clean food. I mean, I'm satisfied. I'm not hungry, but the emotional aspect that is tied to food, for instance, that Friday night pizza with the family, it's making you kind of question it, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So I'm going to be posting some other insights that we've had, so be sure to stay tuned. The next one that I'm going to post has to do with my husband and men that are considering the reset, and even women that are considering the reset that might have a more active lifestyle, especially in your work. So stay tuned. See you soon.